Greetings and welcome to this edition of
Positronic Hypersonic.
I'm Barry P. Cook, and I'm here to talk to you about the latest episode of Creature Commandos. It was called Cheers to the Tin Man. And as it starts, Flag and the gang, the Commandos, arrive at the castle where they've tracked Nina and the bride, whom they assume have been captured by Cersei, intent on rescuing them. G.I. Robot, aka Tin Man, is eager to go in guns blazing, but Flag stands him down, at which point he has a flashback, if that's possible for a robot, to when he saved his soldier comrades, including Sergeant Rock, from a bunch of Nazis intent on killing them back during the war. The gang then does storm the building, only to find that Cersei left without taking the bride or Nina, having only tied them both up, as it were. Nina, in fact, was left trapped in a tub, but is rescued by G.I. Robot, who carries the tub to safety, since she can't leave the water without her helmet, before having another flashback to when he was given to a scientist for study after the war of course being World War II. The Sons of Themyscira then attack the palace where the princess is in order to nab her, or kill her, I guess, but she breaks away from them. The Commandos arrive back at the palace and begin taking out the Sons of Themyscira, and in the melee, G.I. Robot flashes back again, but this time to when he was given to a very friendly-seeming war memorabilia collector after decades of being studied by various scientists. But it turns out that the war memorabilia collector was a member of a Nazi-type group, and so G.I. Robot kills them all, winding him up in Waller's prison. After the flashback, he goes on a Sons of Themyscira killing spree when the general tells him that they're all Nazis. But it isn't long before Cersei shows up and blasts him to pieces. Speaking of Cersei, the princess winds up face to face with her next, after killing her two Sons of Themyscira pursuers. But as Cersei is about to kill the princess, she's attacked by Weasel, who gives her a good shellacking before Dr. Phosphorus burns her face with his palm. These attacks do not kill her, however, and she insists that the Commandos don't realize that they've doomed the world by preventing her from killing the princess. Before the episode ends, Nina retrieves G.I. Robot's head and talks with him briefly before he powers off. So I continue to like this show. The animation style, I may have said before, isn't my favorite, but it is very action-packed, and there's a lot of gore, which I think is great. And the characters are very endearing. In this episode, G.I. Robot really shines, and I really like that character more now than I did after the first two episodes. I thought he was quirky and fun, based on the first two episodes, but in this one, they really kind of gave him the spotlight, and I think he may have been elevated to my third favorite character. I like the bride, I like Nina, and I like G.I. Robot kind of equally as a threesome on top of the rest of the crew. If I'm honest, there wasn't anything about this episode that's particularly memorable. Like I said, there was a lot of cool gore, the shootings and the dismemberings and the other melee attacks that occur are a lot of fun. And, I like the flashback sequences where you got to see more about G.I. Robot and what makes him tick and so forth. And I thought that was cool. And, I like that the Nina character was dismayed by his being blown apart, because it shows that, she's a really emotional character, which I like. But we didn't get any more backstory on, why Cersei wants to kill her. I mean, we got sort of a flash of it in the preview for next episode, but that wasn't in this episode, so I thought it was kind of lame that they ended it just by saying, you don't know what you've done, you've doomed the world. Like, okay, but why do we have to wait a week now to find out what she means? Again, there's a sort of hint of it in the preview for next week that comes at the end of the episode, but I thought they should have given us more in this episode as to what's going on. We also don't know why the Sons of Themyscira are in her court. We don't know what their deal is, and I would like to know more about that. And why did Cersei just leave them alone? I'm very confused. But anyway, I found that there was enough about the episode to enjoy watching it, but I think it could have been better, and I don't think it was as good as the first two episodes. But that's really all there is to say. There's not a lot to be said about this episode, so I'm going to get out of here before I start repeating myself. I'll be back to review the next episode once it's released. Until I return, I wish you peace and long life.